As I touched on before, you can create anything that you imagine. You just need to develop and use your synthetic and creative imagination to give your desires and actions some form. And once it forms is when you have that reality, that it's right there in front of you. According to Napoleon Hill, your synthetic imagination allows you to arrange old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. It doesn't create anything. It merely works with all of your experiences, knowledge, and observations that you feed it. This is the imagination that inventors and geniuses typically draw on to work out specific challenges or problems. Geniuses can and do often cross over into using their creative imagination when they've exhausted the power of their synthetic imagination. This is also the imagination that you will draw upon most as you work towards transforming your intangible desire into a tangible reality. You're actively using this part of your imagination as you determine and develop your plan of action. Unlike the synthetic imagination, your creative imagination has the power to directly communicate with what Napoleon Hill calls the infinite intelligence. This is the epicenter of where all of your gut instincts, your hunches, and aspirations are received. It's also where new ideas and even thought vibrations from other people are received. Yep, you heard me correctly. Your creative imagination actually allows you to tune in or communicate with the minds of other people. It's pretty crazy, huh? Well, one thing to keep in mind, according to Napoleon Hill, your creative imagination functions only when your conscious mind is vibrating at a seriously rapid rate, like when it is stimulated through the powerful emotion of a burning desire that we talked about inside level 2. Additionally, your creative faculty becomes more alert and receptive to all of these vibrations in proportion to how much you develop it and actually use it. Just as with the muscles in your body, if you don't use your imagination, you'll lose it. There are various ways that you can tend to the loving and caring and feeding of both your synthetic and your creative imagination. One very powerful way is through the practice of vairagya, or sexual transmutation, that you learned in level 2. Consistently focusing on and transmuting your energies into your desires raises your vibration. Another way to do it is through exercise. Yeah, it's really that simple. An active inner and outer life is the key to feeding your creative imagination and output. When Albert Einstein came up with the theory of relativity, he said, "I thought of it while riding my bicycle." What's true for Einstein is true for you. Your thinking process changes when you're running, or walking, or swimming, or biking, or hiking, or walking. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but you're changing your environment and you're using your body a little bit more. Your imagination vibrates with energy, and new imaginative ideas crystallize when you're active. You're able to connect the dots and problem solve with a mental flexibility that you don't have when you're just sitting around. I jump on my rebounder, and my rebounder helps me get in the zone, and I feel like I'm creating in that space sometimes. And so it's really, really powerful. Exercise basically clears the cobwebs from your mind and gives your imagination access to insights and inspirations that are out of reach when you're just not doing anything.